I can't believe you guys sometimes. Wow. Actually crazy. Oh yeah. BGM. That's a thing that people do. Okay, let's get a few things straight. Before I get myself like banned on Twitter or whatever. 100% of the time, I am not okay with like this whole concept of, wow, you know, this person did this or this person did this. You know, I don't want to like call anyone out, because honestly, 9 times out of 10, if you do something stupid or you do something wrong, people like know that you did it, and you know that you did it. Anyone with half a brain cell can understand and, generally speaking, read the room when something that they've done just wasn't, you know, the right take. Cancel culture? Oh, oof. Not quite. No, wow. I had a plan for today where I was going to like wake up, play a little bit of Genshin on stream, and just, you know, talk about dinner that I had the other day. Because it was pretty good. But I had the audacity to go onto Twitter this morning, and man, what I saw made me pretty upsetty. Upsetty spaghetti, butt bothered, booty bedraggled. I mean, however you wanna say it, I'm pretty upsetty. All right, so to get onto this, what did I see? I'll tell you what I saw. First, though, we're going to do a little bit of an exercise. All right, you see this on the screen? Do you know who this is? This is a very good friend of mine. We don't really talk all that often, but I definitely look up to her. And she is, more than anything else, she is just a nice person. One of the nicest people I've ever met. I say that about this title interests me great. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Ooh boy, I'm sure it does. This like just happened to you in the last 12 hours. This is like one of the first people I've ever met on Twitter, and she's just a very nice person. She makes, or well, I guess she edits her own Vroid model, and it looks fantastic. I am not the world's biggest fan of Vroid models, but you know, looking at this, nice. It's just fabulous, right? So the other day, she made a post talking about how she was starting to get a little frustrated that people who start in Vroid don't put any effort into their model. And now that's kind of a blanket statement, and I get that it's not entirely fair to say as just like, oh, nobody else does as good as me, but that's not what she said. What she said was that, you know, people who don't put effort into their model are always the kinds of people who then complain that, like, oh man, you know, oh god, what is it? Here's what she said. I cannot believe how many DMs messages I've had to people complaining that their Vroid model is bad, but they're too lazy to work on it. I hate to break the hug box stigma of the community, but no, you can't expect the same results as others if you don't put the effort in, is what she said. Drama? Oh yeah, ooh boy. Oof. Anyway, she's basically complaining the same thing that Jupiter likes to say on PizzaCast, where, you know, you have these people with the default face, the default one color hoodie, the default jeans and all that other stuff, and all they do is just complain. Oh god, I guess we're moving stuff. Hello. Sorry. The neighbors basically just came over. Okay, bad timing, but that's okay. You're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to say that you have to work for anything. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, so we have all these people that are totally upset that how dare someone call them out on not putting any effort into their model. And here's how this resulted. All right, so also in this image is another really cool guy, Carius, who is just the funniest guy on the internet. So we have, okay, no more niceness. Carius and Akari, the girl I showed before, are anti-autism ableists. How do you come to that conclusion, right? I don't really understand it. It's one thing to be mad that somebody is telling you that you don't do enough. You know, as a content creator myself, and somebody who's tried to make things for themselves, yeah, it gets a little upsetty when someone tells you, oh wow, all that work that you did, garbage, you shouldn't even bother. But then, you know, that's not really what this post is saying. How do you just up and call someone an anti-autism ableist because they told you that, you know, you took a free model off of the internet and just decided to not edit it at all, right? That would be like if I just went onto the what is it, the Vocaloid image site, and then used Hatsune Miku as my model, and then said, well, it's open sourceware, and so therefore I should just be able to use it. People are calling it gatekeeping. Yeah, this is just how it is. And then, oh, no, what's even better, right, is you also have the people who say these things, and they are the exact same people who say, oh, you stole my model because we have blonde hair and blue eyes. Man, shut up, dude. God, I'm so upsetty about this. Oh, but this gets better, right? Fucking done with being treated like shit, and by neurotypicals. All right, I don't know what is up with people on the internet who actually just make up like new words so they can feel a little bit more special. And I understand that this probably isn't really the take that I should be taking, the general custard, or is that what they call it, Colonel Custard? I don't really remember. Thomas is like, this delegitimize actual criticism. Oh yeah, crazy. Yeah, this is another good post. Cosmetic shit is literally the most superficial thing to bitch about. Yeah, crazy how people will just like demonize anyone else who calls them like anything bad. And now I guess I'm part of the problem, right? Because Twitter's just wonderful. There's 20k models of VTubers. You can't expect yours to be unique. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have found at least 2 other people who have very similar design cues as me. You know, they have the floppy ears, they have glasses, they have the headphones. Like, you know, it's whatever. I don't think I've seen anybody look like me, but I've definitely seen similar. And you know what I do? I say, oh man, I have another sibling. Fucking PogChamp. Let's go, boys. Imagine celebrating being autistic and disabled instead of just trying to manage your own disabilities. Yeah, crazy. Man, and that's the thing that like really gets me. Really gets me. Man, I was just about to tell a story, but there are related people to that story like in my immediate vicinity, so maybe I shouldn't. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm already like too deep. I'm too woke. All right. I got approached by someone face to face not that long ago, who has like, who claims they have crippling ADHD. And you know what? Same. I get it. I can't stay on topic. It's really hard for me to focus. Sometimes I hyper focus on things that just like don't matter or don't make any sense. I go on tangents, and oh goodness, my audio. Hi Claire. I can't even bring myself to meme. I'm so deep in just being AMG. But no, I got approached by somebody who has crippling ADHD, and they use it as an excuse for literally everything. Literally everything. Most recently, this person was invited into our gaming group, and then we had to tell them to leave because over and over and over, they just don't pay attention. And right, so that's a thing that people with ADHD do. But after every session, Kage will get canceled right after stream. Oh yeah, you know, if it happens, everybody was here. Be my witness. And you know, if it happens, it happens, right? I told myself when I first debuted a long time ago that I just would try my very, very best to not get involved in Twitter drama, but this makes me so mad. It makes me so mad that I cannot believe that people just up and decide who can and cannot say what on the internet. And it's not like I'm gonna go ahead and say, oh well, you should be able to say anything free of consequence, because that's not how that works either, right? If I get canceled because of this, then well, that's what I signed up for. Haha. Become the VTuber Keemstar. Oh no, people have already beaten me to it, and that's gonna be the next thing that we talk about here. All right, so Carius, we brought him up before. This guy, if I did not read this post, I would not know that he had autism. And you know what? Power to him. He memes on people equally. He is an equal rights patriot, you could say. And he's just a funny guy. He tweets just random shit that comes to his mind. He uses Twitter basically what it was intended for. And so all these people are calling him out for being ableist and whatever. And it turns out, wowee, crazy. He's actually not too different from them. I also think it's funny that, you know, he comes out with like, I want to see proof of harassment, and nobody ever has it, right? Because, well, you know, when you cry about things like this, you're crying based on your feelings because, oh no, your feelings got hurt. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so the reason I brought up this person with the whole ADHD thing was that they're trying to, they came to ask me how they could do better, which I'm super into that stuff, right? I absolutely like salute people who take what they have, the cards that they were dealt, and just try and do their best, right? You don't have to fit in with society or whatever, but you know, you can at least make the effort to be like a decent human being and treat other people with the assumption that they have it just as bad as you. It makes me so upset, so angry when someone comes to you thinking that they have it worse than you do. Because how would they know in the first place, right? You don't see me running up to other people being like, yeah, well, you guys have to treat me with respect because you know what? I have one eye that's worse than the other, and because of that, you're being ableist. God, shut up. Holy shit. I can't believe how many people would actually take that as like a serious take and be like, oh yeah, you get him, boy. Like, God, no, stop. Stop. Just stop. Oh, man. So angry. But, you know, start drama with me, Claire. I'm sorry. I just... Oh, man. No, this person with ADHD was trying to tell me that I can't remember anything because I have ADHD, and I'm like, bro, I also have crippling ADHD. And you know how I fixed it? I started writing things down. If I really want to remember something, I write it down. I actively get like kind of bullied by some friends because I just forget to do stuff. And sometimes it can be like important things. You know, yesterday and the day before, I didn't eat because I just forgot. I was sitting down, I was working on a video, which I swear to God, it's on the way out. I've been wanting to be... I've wanted to put this video out for like 2 weeks, but the subtitles, man, the subtitles. Every single video I've put out, I get bullied by the subtitles, and I don't understand. Anyhow, I'm getting off topic. So they come to me and tell me, oh fuck, I already said it. She comes to me and like asks how she could get better, and I tell her day after day after day after day, just write stuff down. You know, the landlord bought this person a journal for which they could write things down. Yeah, it sucks, right? And I kind of feel for this person for, you know, not really remembering something, especially when it's brand new to them, right? You know, I'm not gonna get on them for that, but bro, if you're going to make me tell you every single day that you should write things down and you don't, well, it's not on me anymore, right? I'm not here to hold your hand and tell you, oh no, it's okay. Like 3 weeks in a row, every single day this person came over and asked the exact same questions, and we just gave up. Like, what else am I going to tell you that I haven't already said? Most of you who have followed me for a little while, or who have known me for a good amount of time, generally knows, write down that you should write things down, yeah. Most of you know I just hate repeating myself. to me, it just makes me feel like, you know, if I have to repeat myself, then you weren't really listening in the first place. And that just kind of bothers me, right? At least write the important stuff down. Yeah. And it happens to me too, where like, you know, yesterday I was going to go out and chat with the bank, and they ended up calling me, which if they hadn't, I just wouldn't, because I was watching a video, and then I got my scheduled reminder, hey, make sure you talk to the bank. And I was like, oh, cool, I got to do that. But first I'll finish this video. And by the time the video ends, it's out of my brain. It happens. But holy shit. No. So we asked this person to leave, and then they get all upset that we hate them, and that, you know, we have no idea what it's like to have what they have. Like, oh boy. Let me tell you, I grew up with that shit just like they did. I got my ass beat for it. Maybe just like they did. It's so aggravating to have someone tell you how much your problems don't matter, right? Because yeah, sure, to a point, we as ourselves only really think about things from our own perspective. We can't really help it because, well, we're human beings, and that's just what we do, right? So fine, but you don't walk up to somebody and just assume that you have it worse than them. Everybody's grown up in the same universe that we exist in, right? So you can safely assume that if somebody's made it as far as you have doing the things that you do, they probably have some amount of experience in the things that occur. Or in the least, you can just not bring it up. Like, how hard is it to just not be an asshole to somebody? Kids are starving in Africa and nobody's allowed to have any hardship. Oh my god. Yeah. Nobody has it worse than me because I'm the one talking, and I'm the one who decides whether or not everyone if people bitch about the basic model. No, I just, god, holy shit, I actually almost just like threw up. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. So, what did we learn today, kids? Don't go on the internet if you have any intention to be taken seriously and complain about stuff like that. If you have a basic bitch Vroid model, put effort into it. It's not hard. And even if it is hard, do it anyway, right? Because if it is hard, then what you can do is you can show how hard it is and be better for it. You'll gain a skill. Oh god, I'm getting heated again. Don't throw up on stream. Hachima already did it. Don't steal a character idea. OMG. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, effort only shows your hard work. A lot of you might know, I don't really like talking to people. It really bothers me. But I do like performing. It's kind of like my whole jig, you know? But like basic conversation, super difficult for me. I've gotten in so many tussles with other people just because my ability to communicate just isn't that good. And man, it's a fucking struggle, right? I have to like wake up and then remember, oh fuck, I need to talk to person on this or that day, and I have it written down on a schedule. I have it written down on like post-it notes on my PC. Yeah, seriously, that's how far it's gone, and I still fucking forget, because fuck, man, it's just there are so many things that I want to do in the given amount of time that I have. I just can't always do so, and I've tried to explain it, but ultimately it's just an excuse is what it is. But I'm not going to like blame that person for being an asshole, because, you know, they're just trying to tell me, hey man, you know, it's just nice to hang out every so often. It just be like that, and fuck, man, it sucks. It makes me feel like garbage, but the only thing I can do about it is either A, complain about it, or B, just do better. And fuck, man, fuck. We out here, we trying. Like Lamb, god, fuck, man. I keep telling you that I'm gonna record with you, and every single week that passes, I'll like wake up on a Monday and be like, oh fuck. I was gonna do that thing with Lamb for Sing My Pleasure. It's been a whole ass month. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we out here. Honestly, dude, just like spam ping me. Like, go into my DMs and be like, hey, when are you gonna do that thing? Yeah, right, dude? It's crazy. So I just I don't know. I wanted to show up on stream and I was like, I wanted to talk about things in more of the thankfully we have no ongoing coming. Okay. But no, the I wanted to show up on stream and just like kind of chill for a little while. Cause this would be my first time streaming on Tuesday for a super long time. And I have a lot of stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about. Like again, this video, I'll actually give you guys a little bit of a hint. Let me move this. Let me move this. Minimize that, and we go in here. We go in here. Was it this one? Yes. Okay. I'll show you guys something real cool. Yeah. I really wanted to hop on to this bandwagon. And I have everything recorded. I have it all, I have it all set up, but the subtitles, man, they're killing me. They keep appearing where I don't want them to, because I have multiple overlapping subtitles. One that translates to Japanese and the other that translates the English back into Japanese, because I really wanted to have a video so people of both language sets can like understand what's going on. But God, it's been crawling at the back of my head that I just can't fucking figure it out. What I probably end up doing is just releasing it with English anyways, and then just hoping that it isn't awful. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to hope that the YouTube subtitling system isn't as bad as the the program that I'm using for video editing. But putting all that aside, the oh yeah. For those who don't know what this is, this would be the VTuber self-introduction song that Umitsuki Shell started. By the way, she's so precious. The singing mermaid VTuber. She's real fun. But yeah, so look forward to that in the very, very near future. I managed to do it by only speaking Japanese, but fuck, it was kind of hard. I had to go for a little bit of translation and outside help. But I ended up being able to convey everything and more or less stay on rhythm. But whoo boy, that was an experience. All right, well, I managed to bitch about nothing for about 30 minutes. Fuck, I kind of just let it all out. Well, so how is everybody else doing? Respect to everybody who does that, yeah. I'm good. Very good to hear. Also, hello to everybody. I didn't really get a chance to say hi. Hey Jim, what's going on? I spoke to someone called FB. Hold on. This seems like a trap out here. Literally just listening to this like a podcast at work. Dude, get back to work. Don't slack off. I thought there was actual drama. Well, I mean, people are getting pretty seriously butt mad. And kept going up until this point. Yeah. I just I don't know. People on the internet. Someone called FBI. Know the same dude? No, I can't recall. No, refuse to get back to work. Wim, have you started streaming yet? Again? Because you're gonna be coming up on your year anniversary soon. Like, really soon. It's what, next month? Or has it already happened? I can't recall, because my brain is still in Cinderia mode. Yeah, no, crazy. It was only 1 year and about 2 weeks ago that Wim and I were in a call in Discord. A ways off from being able to stream, yeah. Bro, your name be Big Bird? Yes. Yes, it does. Actually, that was the nickname that I went by in the Weihasu server, along with One-chan and what else was it? I think just Kage. 1 year, end of September. Yeah. It was something like that. But yeah, 2 weeks and 1 year ago, Wim and I were in a Discord call talking about the first Cinderia application that we both put in, as well as the what was it? Liliana Vampire. Oh, now I can't remember the company name. Yeah, air conditioner on Nechan. Yep. Just randomly put your name and translate. Yeah. Ootori. Big Bird. That's what I was for a little while. And still am. I am the Big Bird. A bit longer ago, beginning of July. Well, no, because July 1st is when I came back. No. I sent the application in on July 1st. So it had to be, well, I guess that would still be about right. Let me see. I see. Okay. Yeah, wow. Yeah, because we both submitted in within the same day. Right, but man, a whole ass year. That kind of makes me like freak out a little bit, because it means that, well, Wim is at the end of September, which means a month and a half later it would be my year anniversary. Yeah, we've been out here for such a long time. That also means that I need to put together my quote-unquote re-debut. I don't know if anyone here now was there at the time. Maybe. But there was a point in January where I said that I would try and redo the debut to be less scuffed. But man, I don't know if I can actually do so. What's a re-debut? Yeah, who knows? Oh boy, unscuff yourself? Nah. What I probably will do though, oh, I know what we'll do. We will rewatch the whole debut as a stream. You said you become a grill VTuber or something? Oh yeah. Well, that is still ongoing. Actually, I guess I can show a little bit, because I've been showing it to other people, including in my Cinderia application, so I assume it's technically already out there. OMG grill Kagerou. Imagine wanting to be a girl, yeah. I don't want to show the whole thing, so give me a minute. Some of you have already seen this, and others of you can currently see it if you look in the right place. Okay, here's what we'll show. All right, let me bring the TV back up. There we are. Yeah. All right. Yes, perceive with your own eyeballs the potential future of Kage. So be on the lookout for stuff of this nature. Isn't there a gender bent version of William? There absolutely is, as well as Weeb. Wait, you're actually becoming a grill? I'm putting forth an experiment. Basically, the idea is that I'll debut as a different VTuber and use all of the things that I've learned as a streamer to basically see if I can get a better start than I did. And if so, then that's what we'll swap over to. Kagerou is not going away. I will stay here and just basically be the music bird man. I'll probably also keep the Twitters separate. Your current model is so precious. Yeah, I know. I absolutely love how Mama did. But the whole idea is just to see how it goes. Hello? That's a new one. Funny music bird man. Yeah. I've never been called hot dog before, but hello. Pretty unlucky that this was the stream that you had to show up on. Grills equals views. I knew that was gonna come up. That's not really what I'm trying to get at. The whole idea is just to see if I can, correctly tag my posts, have a better, more put together debut. This chat is really a hot dog stand. I'm kind of. We out here and we vibin', so I mean, that's kind of a hot dog mood. But yeah, the whole concept is to see if I can make a better first impression, I guess, on the whole Twitter and Reddit sphere, and basically just be a little bit more active. Because I somewhat have recently seen a group of brand new VTubers who will use all the appropriate tags and they post all the time, and without any glimpse of a model or anything, they'll get a bunch of attention. And so I'm wondering well, holy crap, if I can manage to replicate even a little bit of that, imagine how much further we would go. This whole time that I've been streaming, I've been gaining experience as both an entertainer and also just someone who's able to talk for hours and hours and hours on end about basically nothing. And so I figure that, with the experience that I've gained as Kagerou and with the whole, coming into a new form, you could say, I could basically take the whole thing to the next level. Claire, all right, this is what makes you real stinky, all right? You really should get back into it. There's no reason you shouldn't be unsatisfied. I don't have a Twitter, but I hear it's worse than cancer. Cancer's pretty bad, but I don't know. Twitter can be okay. You basically have to just, not care all that much. I want girl voice. I see people who sing, I follow. Yeah, but the whole idea is that Kagerou will remain the music birdman, and that the new account will be a little more focused on games and history. Because obviously I am really passionate about that kind of stuff. Rule 63 himself into a mommy? No, this character is definitely not a mommy milkers type. A voice dysphoric. I actually have a voice changer box that I could plug my microphone into, but it sounds a little cringe. For the character concept, it actually doesn't sound that bad, but Kage, when are you starting a VTuber group? Probably never. I intend to join one, though, which is why I put in some applications out there. Do I have embarrassing high school stories? Oof. I went to a pretty special high school, so I definitely have several. Oh, man. I guess it depends on what you constitute as embarrassing high school story. Because I don't know, if I had the opportunity to go back and do them again, I probably would. So I don't know if it's really an embarrassing story. It was pretty funny though. My high school very much focused on the more of trying to like get students to actually interact with the learning content rather than just reading a bunch of books. So when we were doing kind of Grecian Roman era stuff, we had to pick a topic, and I picked weaponry, specifically siege weaponry. I wrote up a like small speech and a PowerPoint presentation about the trebuchet. And then I built one. I built a counterbalanced trebuchet out of driftwood and a torn up rag. I nailed the rag to the front of the trebuchet, and then I nailed the pieces of wood together so that it would seesaw, and then you could put a small rock in the torn up rag, and then on the other side it would seesaw. And so then we had another piece of the torn up rag to be the sling, and you could launch golf balls with it. And so I explained how it works. Our classes were all combined, so rather than having a math class and a science class, it was just they called it Exploratory Foundations, or EF. And so it was all the classes combined into one. And so whenever you did this project, you got graded for each segment. So when I explained the trebuchet, I talked about trajectory and weight and how counterbalance works. So that got me the math grade. The speech that I made and the PowerPoint that I put up got me the literature and history grade. And man, they gave me basically a point higher than maximum because I let the teacher use it to launch golf balls at the other teachers, and they had a blast. It didn't like hurt or anything, right? This trebuchet was barely larger than a coffee mug. Well, I guess my coffee mugs are pretty big. Okay, it was basically the same size as like a pencil holder, or like your standard cup. So it's not like it shot at high velocities or anything, but it did lob golf balls across the classroom, and so the English teacher had a freaking blast shooting the history teacher with it. Golf balls are pretty big. Well, yeah, but they're not too fast. It would be as though you like lightly underhand tossed it at somebody, but that was a particularly proud moment. Everybody else didn't have such a good time. What's another high school thing? Oh yeah. The same English teacher asked me to stay after class or after school one day, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble because I was playing Age of Empires on my laptop instead of taking notes. If you come late, you get the trebuchet. Yeah, he kept that thing on his desk the whole semester. I was real proud of it. I also built a fort out of Legos, and we had to take it down. But anyhow, so he once asked me to stay after school, and I'm sitting there in class, and then I see one of my seniors. Wow, I almost said seniors. One of my seniors come in, and then like there was a junior and a pair of sophomores, and then a freshman. And it was like the seven of us sitting in class, and we were like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Oh, hey, what's going on? And the professor came in, and he handed us a bunch of sheets, and he said, all right, so today we are going to establish the speech club, which, for a bit of background about our school was academics only. There were no elective courses. If you wanted to do something that wasn't like, math, science, history, yada yada yada, you had to form a club about it, and the school did not have its own facilities. So if you were in the orchestra or choir, you had to be bused to another school in order to get that class credit. And so it was all learning all the time. I don't know what just happened there, but anyhow, that's every school that's not in the US or Europe. Oh well, I wouldn't know because I've only been to school in the United States. But it's definitely different from other U.S. schools. But anyway, the teacher wanted to make the speech club. And so he had gathered us together, and the piece of paper had a topic. And he said, I've given you all very controversial topics. Your job is to do a persuasive speech, or is to make up a persuasive speech within the next 10 minutes that you're going to present to your to the other people in the room. It is a persuasive speech, so you can research as much as you like, but the whole point is that you're trying to get people to agree or at least understand your point of view. So facts and logic weren't needed, but were generally helpful. And we had to do one speech going for the topic and one speech going against the topic. And would you guess it? I got abortion. That was the topic that I had to talk about. Now, one of the sophomores and the freshmen were both very, very nice young ladies. Now, those of you who were here at the beginning of the stream might be more than aware that I can get pretty animated, especially when I'm frustrated or upset about the topic. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, baby. And so I had to flip a coin, and I got I got against as my first. Thanks, Ninja, for the subscribe. I decided to move my alerts to be right in front of my face so I can't actually miss them. Also, funny burp pot boy. But anyhow, I flipped a coin and I got against as the first speech I did. And man, let me tell you, you ever seen those like old Western Baptist Christian preachers who like slam the desk and they're all just like, oh, this is wrong, oh, this is right. Yeah, just like that with everything breaking around you. Oopsies. There we go. Okay, we did it. Oh, now we have sub notifications. I've actually had them on for a little while. It's just very few people sub. At least during stream. I've slowly been gaining clout. I have my own clout. It feels amazing. But anyhow, yeah, I did the whole like slam the desk thing and, you know, talking about how like, I can't believe you'd willingly kill people and stuff like that. Man, I was screaming, right? Those two girls, they were just, they were crying and then they left the room and oh man, we didn't talk for the rest of existence. I feel so bad. I like legitimately have so much guilt because man, those two girls did not do anything wrong. But you know, it is what it is. And so from the 7 of us, there were only 4 left over as part of the speech team. And we were flown out to Portland, Oregon. So that we could make a speech in front of an international audience of about 200 people, most of whom were teachers and school board people and stuff like that, who were trying. Basically, we were begging for funding, because our school system was trying to get rid of our school, because we were a public school who did not have more than 200 students across all 4 grades. Excuse me. Sued for emotional damage, yeah. But yeah, we were basically a private school with none of the drawbacks of a private school, because they wanted the whole point of the school was to make people who were like savants, like my older brother, who is very, 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 very intelligent, but very, very bad at social situations, be able to integrate with modern day society. And I mean, you see it all the time. People who have gone through only private tutoring say, oh, okay, I got you, Chief. Baka. There you go. I even got you the blessed reverb filter. Give me that subscribe. Come on, it's a trade deal. Bucket D's nuts. Got him. Sorry. Oh boy. You have such a good voice. Thanks. You should see me when I'm singing. Or wow, see me? Cringe. You should hear me when I'm singing. It's way better than me talking about embarrassing high school moments or yelling about twitter.com. But yeah, we went out to Portland, Oregon, and we did a speech about, you know, how we're trying to transform the way the American education system works and all that good stuff. It didn't end up going through, but it was a really fun time. I got to meet a bunch of people from the Middle East, not Saudi Arabia. I can't remember the country. I want to say Kuwait, but that doesn't sound right. Maybe it was. Anyhow, we got to meet a bunch of students from there, and man, it was one of those moments where like you hear somebody with an accent who's like obviously native to their own country, and yeah, it's hard to communicate, but it's like really an eye-opening experience to meet all sorts of people from like all these different backgrounds. You know, people who talk about like, you know, school uniforms and how they think that every school should have mandated uniforms, or other people who debate on how maybe not. And the whole reason that our professor had us do that argument in the classroom is that he was aware that really the whole point of this was being able to present your ideas in a way where you can defend yourself but not put down the other person. Like, I can disagree with you without saying that you're a buck, or you know, you're some kind of like inbred moron. Right, you just don't have to go that far, but well, people do. It's crazy. And I always look back on that experience for having, yeah, God, I really owe it to my professors. I wish I could go back and thank them, but well, unfortunately, some of them are dead and others have moved away, and I don't really know how to contact them anymore. I actually had to drop out of that high school because I got really, I did the high school thing where I got really, really cocky. And I thought that, like, you know, the universe revolved around me and I can do my work whenever I want to. I'm so smart. Or so I thought, and well, I had to drop out, and I went to a normal high school for the remainder of my senior semester from like February onwards, and I actually graduated 2 months early because all the work they were doing was stuff I did in sophomore year. Because as it turns out, all the work that I did in that school was for college credit. And so I was able to go to a community college basically for free because I had a good amount of that credit already. I really, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like 14-year-old me would turn around to me right now and just be like, bro, you're so cringe right now. I owe so much to my professors, both in high school and in college. My greatest regret of all time is just not paying more attention in class. The only defense I really have is at the time, I didn't really understand how to like use my ADHD to help me. And they tried their hardest. Instead of like, whenever you got a failing grade at that school, rather than like, oh, you need to stay after class, they would take time out of class itself to just sit down right next to you. They would pull their desk right next to you and they would go over each problem. They would say, you know, hey, you answered this. You know, can you tell me why you answered that way? Or, you know, it's okay if you just randomly guessed, you know, is there something did I explain it poorly? They would always ensure that you had a personalized learning experience and it was usable, because my graduating class was 9 people. 9 people graduated, at the same time as me. And so it's real easy for a teacher to individually go through everybody and say, hey, if you have an issue, let's talk about it. Sometimes, you know, a student would come in, they'd be in tears, or, you know, something happened at home, and instead of going through the lesson plan, we would just talk about it. It was such a great experience. God, oh man, I could actually tear up right now. I'm so angry that I wasn't able to make the most of that experience. I definitely took it for granted because, well, they treated me kind of like a king. Before I went to that high school, yeah, can't even not do your homework once in a while. Yeah, it's crazy because I had like perfect attendance, but even before I attended that school, my cousin who lived with me and my parents went to that school, and she teaches mentally handicapped children. She's a kindergarten teacher, and she is part of like an early warning program for kids with autism and stuff. It's like kindergarten through the 3rd grade. and she tries to help them like understand that they're not quite the same as everybody else early on. My older brother, who I have nothing but amazing things to say about, except he's just kind of dumb in really strange ways, who might be watching this stream. my older brother, who is smart as he could be and the sweetest guy you could ever meet, also passed through that school with flying colors. And so when I was brought into this school, everybody who was there was like, oh wow, so you're the third generation, you must be just as good as your cousin from before and your older brother. Hi, Kage's brother. Yeah. Kage-ni-san. I actually got to think of a clever pun name for him, just in case I ever bring him up on stream. Which, man, that's another passing regret that I have, but I don't want to talk about it on stream. That kind of gets into the whole family stuff. But one of these days I'll bring my older sibling, and we'll talk about stuff. And by the way, if you guys thought that my voice was deep, this dude, bro, bruh, he sounds like me if you just like turned me down by like a few decibels. We definitely have a similar form of speech, not like corpse level, but he vibes the hardest. There's no way that you wouldn't know that he was my older sibling, even though we look nothing alike. Even Wim's voice is deeper than yours. Well, yeah, actually my brother kind of sounds a bit like Wim. Wim has kind of that like commanding tone. I'm sure he's gonna fucking laugh about it. But like the way that he talks is very short and to the point, concise. That's what I meant to say. When Wim says something, he says exactly what he means to say. My brother kind of does the same thing I do, where he sort of like explains to a means that he doesn't really have to. He's just the nicest person ever. One day. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go message him right now. Hey, bro. Would you be willing to come on stream and talk about high school for a while? Not like right now or even this week, but sometime. By the way, I haven't spoken to my older sibling since God, June. I mentioned earlier that I have like a really hard time communicating, and it is conflated, or not conflated, inflated by a lot when it comes to my immediate blood family. Mostly because I have a lot of things, experiences with my family that really make it hard for me to like say nice things about them, but they're not bad people. And especially my older brother. I have nothing wrong about him. It's just, it's so hard to communicate with someone who has that association. Oh, he just replied. Oh, yeah, totally. Nice. I'll set up a date at some point. Actually, what am I doing on... Hold on. Let me check my schedule. If you are down for this week, would you be open on Friday at noon? O'clock CST. Oof. Depends on the time. Okay. Well, while that conversation goes, yeah, it's just... Well, no, it's more that like my family situation just wasn't really my favorite, you could say. I'm not gonna sit here and point fingers about like, oh, he said, she said, yada yada yada. But basically, I'm really close with my older brother, not so close with everybody else. Okay, Saturday, we're probably gonna do it then. All right, nice. Do you have a Discord? And I'll try and get some artwork. Pog, you can add me. Oh, shoot. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, it's just like, you know, it was to a point to where, like, if I talk with one person, I have to talk with everybody else, and yikes. And then there's also just like memory association. It's just sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's painful, but it is what it is. But we'll get that all set up, because I seriously think you guys would be missing out. This man is like the perfect radio voice. Yeah, it's just, man, it's tough. Really do be tough. But I guess that's all I had. I'll contact you. I'll probably aim for a, what would it be? 3 p.m. CST start time, so I can get together a few hours beforehand. Big supportive older sibling sounds so nice. Oh, yeah. My older brother definitely took better care of me than I did of him. Actually, that's another pretty amusing story. And I'll probably tell this one and close off stream for the day. But I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. And my older brother, like, he moved his computer, his whole 2-tier desk into my room, so that he would never ever not have his eyes on me at any given time. And anytime he left to go do something, he would like leave a walkie-talkie on my like on my nightstand. And it was like always on, so even if I didn't press the button, yeah, he's really just the nicest person ever. But then when it was his turn, I just used his computer and watched like really stupid cartoons, and he couldn't not watch, and he was like, bro, no, why are you doing this to me? And I'm like, ha ha ha, you can't turn away. I'm actually the worst child ever. Do you have like a brand icon or image that you associate with the link? Oh wait, I can't say that out loud. All right. Yeah, no, I'm literally the worst sibling ever. I have never fought with my older brother, which I have said before. But I really want to reiterate, of the 20 plus years I've known the guy, never once had a fight or an argument ever. I've also only ever heard him use a curse word once ever. It's just a real swell guy. So please look forward to that. It looks like it's going to be Saturday at about 3 p.m. I'll tweet about it. And send reminders and stuff like that. But other than that, we've spent a whole hour chilling, talking about nothing. I'm starting to get used to streaming just about every day. As my schedule starts to change, we'll see if I can keep it that way. Keep a lookout for the VTuber introduction video. Keep a lookout for more covers on my SoundCloud. Keep a lookout for my boy Dark Lamb and I going to hit the stage and set it on fire. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the anime watch-along stream. All right. Well, so with all that said, let's Kagerou. Also, that guy didn't give me the freaking follow. What a jerk. Ugh, whatever.